I'm
Awesome. There we go. Yeah.
all right.
All right. Oh, there you
There.
are. All right. Why does my thing always change layout to my tiles? But it always. Okay, we're gonna change this again. I need to set that for a default.
Shireen's on twice. She's twinning.
I know. We could all use two Shireens in our lives. I can tell you,
Yeah.
we all use two Shireens. We use two Shireens in our life. Yes. I know I do.
Yep.
David DeRusso. What's happening, my friend?
Yo, good seeing you, Chris.
Good seeing you too, man. Haven't chatted with you in a while. Hope all's well.
I know, it's been a hot minute. I'm just getting on the road right now, so I'm trying to get out of the house so I can be on this call.
Awesome, man. Good stuff. Did you catch up with everything good with your mom?
Yeah, I'll catch up with you on that after this call, but yeah, a couple different updates, and we can chat about it and let you know where we are with everything.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm here. Whatever you need.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Jennifer McClellan. One of these days, I'm going to get more out of you than just this right here. You're going to come on the call and be like, hey, I'm like, who are you? Who is this person? I don't even know who you are, Jennifer. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. You actually speak.
Hi.
Ah!
I do. I have a voice.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're real. You're not AI. These days, AI is real. Could be artificial intelligence. What's up, Bo Benjamin? I saw your face there, buddy, for a quick second. There you go. I love it. Oh, you're muted, my friend. You're muted.
There we go. How you doing, man?
Doing well. I love seeing the faces, by the way. Thanks for having your cameras on, everybody. I'd love to get to a place where everybody's camera's on at one point and just say, screw it, no matter what you look like. You know what I'm saying? We all love you, no matter what. And just, seeing your beautiful faces is awesome. We will get started here as people are continuing to roll in here. Hopefully anybody's new here. Who's new here? Charity and Ronnie. How are you guys doing today? They're new, I think. Charity and Ronnie. I don't know if they're with Krista or not. Let's see. Hopefully she's on here soon.
Charity's actually on our team. She joined our team as a buyer's agent.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Welcome, Charity. I don't want to put you on Front Street, but you could say, maybe introduce yourself if you're open to that. I don't know if you're open to that or not. But, and what about Ronnie? Ronnie's, anybody know who Ronnie is? I think he's maybe stepped away or something. Or he's on. But, all right. Well, welcome. It's June 6th. Our rock star is here, Krista Mashore. Yes, indeed. Get ready to be pumped, full of freaking energy. Exciting times. Tell me exciting. Lona Luger, what's up, my dear? How are you?
Hello, my dear. I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing well. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're doing good.
Thank you.
Vardit. How you doing, Vardit? She's here. I know she's here. She's hiding in the background. I love it. Awesome. All right. So tell me something good.
Doing good. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Vardit. Awesome. All right. Tell me something good. I know we got some good news here. There's a couple guys on here specifically I know has got some good news. They're doing something crazy. I don't want to mention names. I might initials like maybe M and BB, but I just want to say, hey, I don't want to say it out, but come on, y'all got something cool going on. Come on. Do I got to say it? You guys got to say it. I mean, I can say it if you guys are okay with me saying it. I think it's good accountability, right? It's like manifesting it in the universe. Now we're all going to hold it to a whole nother level. Bo Benjamin, Eric Magnuson, you guys have started your Day 75 Hard program. I love you guys. That is amazing. You guys are going to crush it. Bo, I love you, brother. Thank you for doing that. And Eric, you already look like David Hasselhoff on Baywatch, so it's all good. I just imagine you run down the beach like David Hasselhoff doing all this stuff. That's Eric. Nice.
That's so funny. That's what I picture. So that's amazing that you see that.
And I do. I was like thinking Baywatch, David Hasselhoff, or maybe Knight Rider, whatever one. If you're old enough to remember Knight Rider, then there we go. If not, it's Baywatch. We'll call it what it is. But congratulations, man. Good job. Both you guys. You guys got this. So we're day one today, right, Eric?
Day one, yeah. Got my 4 miles in. I kind of loosely do it, but it kind of structures it. And it's amazing. The 75 hard, like at a high level, if you look at it from the outside, it seems like it's some kind of crazy fitness challenge, but it's not. It's a mindset challenge. It's a discipline challenge. And you can do any level of fitness. You can do any level of diet. You just have to set what you're going to do and you have to follow it, you know.
100%.
So you can walk 2 times a day for 45 minutes and get your heart rate up to like 80, and you're still going to be following the 75 hard. So it's just kind of cool. I'm going to do it. I love it.
I love it. Oh, that's what I tell everybody. You could hop, skip, jump. You could do whatever. You can do jumping jacks. I mean, you can do whatever outside.
Doesn't matter, right?
Minutes, and you're still on the parameters of the 75 hard. But it's about getting up and doing it. Bo, you mentioned that Bo's day 7. Bo's day 7 today. And he's like, I got this. I got this. And the thing it's easy at some point, but the bigger problem, I think, comes 30 days. It was for me, 30, 45, 55 days. It was like, I don't want to do this today. I really just don't want to do this today. I came up with every excuse not to want to do it today, which is parallel to our life and business. How many times we get up and we choose not to lead generate, not to make the extra call, not to do this, not to, right? It's so parallel, this, man. So powerful to you guys. I love you for doing this.
Chris, yeah. I'm using it to reverse the fact that summer flies by in like 2 seconds. So normally, like, I looked at the end date, it's like August 7th or something. I don't know, something in that time frame. And I'm like, dude, August 7th is going to be here in no time, and my kids are going to be going back to school. The fall, a whole new season's coming in. It's just like, it always goes so fast. And I'm like, this is going to slow it down a little bit, because it's just going to be like, okay, 75 slow days right here in the middle of the summer. It'll be good.
I love it. Awesome. There we go. What a great perspective, man. It's true. You look at it like it's going to slow it down, but usually it's so fast. But yeah, 100%. So I just want to say hats off to you both, man. Proud of you both for doing it, stepping up. Awesome. Anybody else some crazy good news? Anything? Maxwell.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, right? You have happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes. You're more around the sun. Love it. Thank you. Maxwell.
You reach the age of life.
It is. You only feel as old as you act, and I act like I'm 12. I'm a Toys R Us kid. I'm never going to grow up. So get it. But yeah, thank you, Bardi. I appreciate it.
So we wish you the best.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys all. Maxwell, go for it, my friend. You got your hand? Go for it.
Yeah, so we actually just launched our Heroes division down here at the Abbott Martin Group. So we had a big launch party on Friday. So all we're doing is giving back to military, first responders. So we're taking a portion of our commission and donating that to whatever charity they want. That has to do with military. Also taking care of a few transaction fees for them, and then putting on a bunch of events for them. So it was pretty exciting to start up and get going.
I love it, dude. Amazing. And how did this transpire? How did this begin? What was it? How did, like, something you just thought of, or how did that come about?
No, so we have on the Abbott Martin Group, they have about 68 agents, and 5 of us are active duty military. So we basically created our own division within. So we use Boomtown, and anyone that fills out the Boomtown survey of exactly what they're looking for, there'll be a portion on there that talks about their military. They click on that, it immediately goes to the 6 of us.
Nice.
So it stays away from the other agents. It comes to us, and we work with them specifically. So I kind of just thought about it, and here in Destin, we have 5 bases around us, so full of military, and trying to give back to the community. At the same time, trying to do recruiting through SkillBridge through the military. So trying to recruit agents as well.
I love it. I love it. And for the fact you're giving a portion of your commission back, that's admirable and respectable, man. Thank you for that. That's awesome. Crazy. So good for you guys. Congratulations. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Real quick, anybody else? Something cool, something good? I mean, it's rain over here today in Rockland, Roseville. Go figure. It's freaking June and it's raining, for God's sake. I don't understand that. I feel like the winter does not want to let go, but whatever. We're still going to run through with sunshine.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Mo?
Hey, I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. At Shareholder Summit, there was a new product that was introduced. And what is today? Let's say Tuesday. Tomorrow and Friday, there's classes on it. And it is called Bundle Select. And it's through the Affinity program. I personally think this is going to just change a lot and how things are done and how you can get new business. But what they're doing is the Bundle Select platform just goes straight into a company of your choice. You become the account owner of that company. So like locally here, I'll say there's like, you can do a school system, actually is the example they used. So my local school system, I have numerous contacts. I can go in there and say, hey guys, you can put this link in your internet, right? The school internet for teachers. and it's an HR benefit, and it'll allow them to get a discount on our services. And but every time one of those people in that school district clicks that link, it routes directly to you.
Oh, wow.
If you're the account owner, and if you have multi-state companies, then it will automatically route to a realtor that is certified through Bundle Select in that state, and then you get a kickback from that as well. So more passive income, even if it's a multi-state. So it's amazing. It's brand new. I mean, as they announced it, Shareholder Summit, I'm actually trying to get 3 companies signed up right now, and they can't even give me like materials I need fast enough to get. It's so new with EXP Corporate, but they're doing 2 trainings that'll explain everything. Noon tomorrow is the first one, and then I don't know what time on Friday. But if you go to one of them, I think it's huge. If you have HR contacts that you could sell this to, you're just almost guaranteeing yourself an uptick in business, depending on the size of the company and stuff like that.
That's crazy. All right. It's called Bundle Select.
Yeah, it's the Affinity program is the program, EXP Affinity program, and the technology, they have an exclusive partnership with the company Bundle Select. Bundle Select is a third-party company. They were doing this by themselves. They already have Salesforce on the platform and Adobe and a bunch of other companies, like 7 million employees they have on this, and they were just getting the referrals and then dishing them out to real estate companies for referral fees. And then Dawn, the lady, the VP for EXP, she used to do this as like her major lead source for her career, and she's a VP of Revenos and all that stuff, all of our Relo and stuff and EXP now. And she caught wind of this and said, I want this to be an exclusive benefit for EXP members. So she worked with them to do an exclusive contract. So now Bundle Select is basically our platform that we can sell to companies around the world.
Awesome. Well, maybe we have to do like maybe class again. If we can check that out, maybe again Wednesday or get some information on it. I can post it on the Team Freedom Google page and the Facebook if you guys want to check out that. If you're interested in it, sounds like something that's possibly lucrative and yet you could help. I'll put it out there. Thanks for sharing that, Bo. That's awesome. Speaking a little about the shareholders, those who do win, obviously Ed Milet was on there. Everybody just came back and said Ed Milet was rock the house. This is our monthly book for the month, Power of One. So we finished Life in Air last month. This is Power of One. It's a great read. I've already read actually half of it. I'm like 3/4 of the way already done with it. It's an amazing read. You can't put it down. So this is a great inspirational piece. You need to get into this space. To get into this space, man, of putting something into your head every day, because a lot of the rest of the stuff in this world is going in there is not good. You got to fill it with something better. So, which is why I keep these things like this every week too for you guys to add value to you in your life. And today we have an amazing, we're going to segue right into this, Krista. We're going to segue to an amazing guest speaker we have here, Krista Mashore, which is amazing. I mean, the resume on this lady, it's hard. I actually have to read it because it's too much to even remember. I mean, top 1% coach, top 1% agent. I mean, Yahoo's Finance #1 digital marketer to watch in 2021. Top 125 most impactful leaders in 2022. I mean, people along with Tony Robbins, Krista Mashore. And I know nobody always like to hear this kind of thing, but she really has a great resume. She's amazing. She has a great training program that actually is very costly, but it's worth it. Everybody, Krista, I know that's went through your program, loves it and say that it totally works. So she is a digital SEO marketer guru. I mean, she has figured this out. She, I guess what they say, went from $48 million in just 5 years. So you're doing something right. And we appreciate you taking the time, because you're a very busy person, to come here and add value to our group, Team Freedom, today. And so without further ado, I will turn this stage over to you, Krista, and thank you again for blessing us with your presence today. You're muted still.
I've only done
There we go.
Zoom a million times. It's so weird. So it just did something else. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you and we can see you.
Something else got done. So sorry about that. Yes, so thanks for having me. I really appreciate being here, everyone. This is really cool. I love your energy, Chris, and happy birthday. That's great.
Thank you.
I actually did 75 hard, and when I did it, I made a promise to I do the whole thing without having to forget anything. And you and Eric, one of the things that people usually miss is they forget to take a picture. I've heard that the picture thing for whatever reason gets people. So like set your alarm to remind you to take your picture every day. I would do it like in the morning first thing, just like literally get up, take a picture so I wouldn't forget. On day 73, I fell down my granite stairs. I chipped my elbow. I thought I broke my leg. I had a seizure because it was so painful. And I still did my workouts. I was like, it's day 73. There's no way I'm not doing this, So that was fun, but it was hard. And you're right, Chris. Like, it isn't even like it was so much a fitness thing, but it's a mental thing because it's hard. Like just doing the thing, and I don't know. For me, it was difficult. I did it, but it was definitely hard. All right, so I'm trying to figure out how I can best serve all of you today. I wish you guys all had your cameras on. I like make that a requirement, because imagine if I was like this, you wouldn't probably get as much out of it, right? Because you couldn't see me. So I always say that relationships it's easier when you can see people. So I would love to be able to see all of you. I want to know how I can best serve all of you. I know that right now a lot of people are concerned about the market, and they're, with interest rates being high, and so kind of like the mindset part of it can be difficult. And how long do I have on this meeting, just so I know? And
we got about, so it goes like a hard 12. So we try to cut off at 12. So you got 45 minutes and
okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we can do a couple of things. We can do a Q&A. And I can just start off by telling people that, I've been in real estate for 21 years. And the year that my first year in real estate, I sold 69 homes as a single agent. And my best year in real estate as a single agent, without anybody else on a team or any other realtors, I sold 169 homes. So I've been in every single market that you can imagine. I was in the foreclosure market. You guys are so cute. Thanks, Jesse. I was in the foreclosure market and worked with like 13 different asset management companies and banks. And I've been in sellers markets and buyers markets. So, and I say this not to brag in any means, but I averaged 135 homes a year through the 17 years that I was in business. And I'll tell you that, people will ask me how I did it my first year. And I have to say that I remember, and this is going to apply to you, all right, that I remember getting into real estate. And well, first of all, I kind of got thrown into it. I had to do well because my husband at the time left me, and we had just bought a new house. And all of a sudden within a few weeks of me leaving my teaching job, I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. I found out my husband was having an affair, and he drained our accounts, and I had 2 little girls under the age of 4. And so I had to make it work, right? So the biggest reason I would tell people is I had no choice, because I had 2 kids and a new house and a payment and bills. And so I had to make it work. But the way I did it back then was I remember looking at what everybody else was doing. And I would follow people in real estate that were being successful, and I would study them, and I would watch what they were doing, and I would look at areas of weakness in what they were doing, and I would look for areas of opportunity. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that, because this applies to you right now in this market. I remember thinking, okay, so I have a listing and everybody else is putting like black and white flyers on the listing. Well, how can I differentiate myself, and how could I take that to the next level? So what I would do is I would do a 4-page flyer. And then I would do a CD. Now this is aging me, but I'd put a CD on the sign, and I'd have 50 pictures in the CD. And I'd put a sticker of my name, and I'd put that on the flyer box. And then I'd put the same thing inside of the house. I tried to do things differently, and I invested in my business. And I think that's one thing that as real estate agents, we're not taught. And that is we have to invest, right? If you think about McDonald's, it costs about, I think, $1.5 million to build a McDonald's, or to buy into a McDonald's franchise with all your fees that you have. And the average McDonald's owner makes about $150,000 a year. And so you have to invest in some form or another. For example, I used to be a teacher, and I had to go to school for 7 years to become a teacher. And after teaching for 6 years, I made $60,000 a year. And I had a master's degree, right, in education, which is horrible if you really think about it. Not a lot of money. I have such respect for local heroes, police officers, teachers, firemen. I love them. People that serve our country. Thank you all so much. But they didn't make a lot of money. My best month in real estate, I made $360,000 in gross commission, my best month in real estate. So talk about but I mean, I had to invest in learning how to be the best realtor, just like I had to invest in becoming a teacher. So with a teacher, I had to go through, 7 years of school. I had to invest in college to learn this skill, but we're not taught that as real estate agents. So I know that right now, many of you are fearful of the market, but here's what I will say is that now is the time. And let me tell you a story first before I get into that, but there's something called the Cola Wars, right? Back in one of the recessions, way back in the day, Pepsi Cola was it was the leader of cola, right? Like it sold way more than Coke did. But when the recession happened, Pepsi Cola pulled back and they were fearful of the market. So they didn't market themselves, and Coca-Cola did the opposite. Coca-Cola went all in and they invested in marketing and they invested in exposure and they invested in getting as much attention on their brand as possible. And what happened was Pepsi Cola, because they backed up and they took their foot off the brake, they ended up filing for bankruptcy and asking Coke to buy them out. Coke became global. Okay. So right now, many agents are freaked out and they're backing up. And I'm going to say now is the time for you to go all in, because the more that you can market yourself and differentiate yourself and really truly have a different competitive market advantage is when you will be able to protect yourself against the recession. It's like your protection. It's your safety net against what's happening right now. There's during the last Super Bowl, brands spent $7 million to market for a 30-second commercial. And why do you think that is? Is there a chat on this one? I can't see it.
Yeah, totally. If people want to chat, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why would these brands spend $7 million for 30 seconds? Why do you guys think?
All the eyeballs. Totally.
They want attention, right? I want you to start thinking of attention as currency. The more attention you can get and the more that you can differentiate yourself. Okay, the more you can differentiate yourself and you can establish yourself as not doing what everyone else is. And an example of that is like the signs, right? Instead of just doing a black and white 1-page flyer, I would do a 4-page color brochure or put CDs on there. Even back in the day, I spent money to market on Comcast, on the local television station. I did everything I could to make sure that I had visibility, and I sold 69 homes that year, right? I ended up beating the top producer that had dominated for years. And because I just did everything I could to get myself out there. It's more important who knows you than who you know, right? So the goal is to make it impossible for people not to know who you are. You want to make, anytime somebody thinks about real estate or they think about your community, you want to make sure they're thinking about you, okay? And then you want to be able to differentiate yourself once you actually get the opportunity and somebody raises their hand and says, hey, can we meet? And I can give you an example of one of the things that I do and I teach my people to do. And that is to create a funnel that is specific to a specific type of person. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? So I want you to I wonder if I can share my screen. Yep. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Yep. So there's a box at the bottom, a little arrow going up. Click
up. This Zoom looks a little different. That's what I'm asking. You're probably like, has Krista never used Zoom before? I have.
This is a Google. It's Google Meet.
This is a Google Meet. That's what it is. It's a little different than what I'm used to. So, okay, perfect. Okay. So let me explain something. So I want you to think about, let's just say that, marketing is attraction, right? So the more that you can market yourself, you're going to attract more clients. And as long as you nurture those clients, right? So marketing is first, then you're going to generate leads. You've got to know how to nurture those leads. And if you nurture those leads correctly, because of proper marketing, converting those leads is going to be a lot easier. Okay. So now let's say I spend all this time trying to get in front of a seller or a buyer. All right. So let's just say, let me see here. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to using this one. So I'm going to try to find out. So how do I share my screen now?
So there's a box on the bottom. You can click on it. It'll tell you either share a tab or share your entire screen. So if you're opening up a tab on a URL tab, you can just click that tab, or you can share your whole entire screen. It's like looking at your entire computer.
Oh, right there. Is there? Oh yeah, present now. Okay, perfect. Okay, you're a window, a tab. Good. Okay, I'll do this one. Here we go. Okay, so I'll start with this one. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just say that. Can you guys see it? Yes.
Not yet. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now we got it. It's coming up
Okay.
at Deer Ridge Market Update.
Yes. Okay. So let's just say that, a seller calls me and says, "Hey, Krista, we are interviewing agents to list our house in Deer Ridge." I'm like, "Great. Perfect. I really like to make sure that my sellers are educated before I meet them. I'm going to go ahead and send you a link, and go ahead and look at that link and look what's on that page. It's specific to your community in Deer Ridge. And, I can't wait to meet you." So I send them to this funnel that's all about Deer Ridge, right? There's a Deer Ridge market update on there. And I'm just going to show you this market update. This one isn't updated out. I don't think right now it's an example I'm going to show you, but I'll just show you.
Krista Mashore.
Hey, it's Josh Vitale
With Homes by Krista and eXp Realty, and we are here to share with you your 3-minute Deer Ridge market update. Go ahead and share my screen. Josh, go for it.
All right. So we have been seeing some positive activity in the Deer Ridge community. You can see right now, as of in all of Brentwood, we've got 92 active homes. We've got 73 that are pending, and average days on market of 52. Got an average list price of 990 with a slightly below that sold price of 963.
Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and tell you what's exactly happening in Shadow Lakes.
Okay. So this will be the wrong one.
Here's everything that's happening right here in Shadow Lakes. And this is going back about 90 days. And you can see here, everything is showing you what's sold for the S, what's pending for P, and the A is what's active. Now you'll notice that obviously here is the sold prices. Here's the price that it actually sold for. And here's the square footage. All right. And if you look at pending, it's the exact same thing. So you'll notice that sometimes certain price properties are, for example, if you look.
Do you want me to keep showing you, or do you want me to just kind of pass this up?
Either way, yeah, I get that. This is something you put together for every one of your listings. Yeah.
So basically, but it's not a listing. So it's for a neighborhood, right? So then how marketing and innovation will get you more money and the best terms when selling your home with Homes by Krista, right? A local market update. Now I've got a national market update, seller tips. Now these community shops are what is are near that area, right? Then I have a book, the Savvy Seller, what to expect when selling your Deer Ridge home. Go ahead and the moving checklist, Deer Ridge local stats. Support our small businesses. All this has to do with what is happening right in their area. Expert help, choosing a Deer Ridge agent. So now when I do stuff like this, and I'm going to show you that we do the same thing. I'll just share again. Let me see here. Can you guys see me now? So now imagine that I actually do that exact funnel for multiple neighborhoods. So on Friday, my brother came over. We did the new market updates for 4 different neighborhoods, as well as quick little updates for 3 of the cities that are around us. I live in an area called East County. So now when a seller calls me or a buyer calls me and they're wanting me to list my house, and I'm driving them to that funnel that's completely speaking to them about their house. And then I have them read, here's a copy of my book, What to Expect When Selling Your Deer Ridge Home. And it's like all these things that I'm doing, I'm just positioning myself as the authority. And I can absolutely guarantee you that there's no other agent doing that, right? So now what am I doing? I'm winning before I arrive, right? I'm spending the money to actually to get the seller in front of me. Now I need to make sure that I do everything I can to make sure that I don't leave anything up to chance, right? I'm educating that seller. I'm making sure that he understands that I'm the expert in the area. I'm doing a local market update every single week that's just for him. Everything on that funnel is speaking directly to him. Now, if I'm competing with people, who do you think is going to win? I will tell you, people, when I was an agent, I would win about 99% of the time. I'm not kidding. It was I rarely ever lost. And it was because I was before I got there. I was, views while you snooze, right? They were binging my content. I was sending them stuff. They would go onto a funnel. I have a funnel called a seller seminar funnel. I have a buyer seminar funnel where there's 20 videos all about selling, all about buying. And so I'm making sure that I'm educating them before that I'm getting there, and I'm making sure that they're being educated on the things they should ask agents, the things that they should look for. And I'm also hyper specific to their neighborhood. Right now, here's what I want you to know. When the market crashed and I was a foreclosure agent, this is the exact strategy that I used to go to get back up to over 100 homes because I was a foreclosure agent working with like 13 different asset management companies and banks. And when the market got better, it was great for the economy. But what happened was my real estate business tanked because I wasn't marketing myself. Nobody knew who I was. And so all of a sudden, all the asset management companies and banks closed down because they didn't have any more assets to sell. Well, what did that mean for me? That meant that, oh my gosh, now my business has completely dried up. So I used this strategy way back in the day, but it wasn't with the funnels. The funnels are more of a twist that I've been doing in the past like 3 years. But I did the same thing more the traditional way, right? Like I would send out postcards every 3 weeks. They would have every 2 weeks. I'm sorry. They would have market updates as far on the postcard. They would have local community events on there. I would do a market summary on the postcard, and then I would run Facebook ads and target the certain cities. I'd talk about the community. And what happened after 12 months, I was back up to over 100 homes a year again. Okay, and I'm telling you this because this applies to you. In multiple types of markets, I was able to sell 100 plus homes because of the fact that I was willing to, number one, put myself out there, invest in my marketing, and do things completely different than my competition. And I will tell you that if you do that, you know, and Warren Buffett says that like they're the best hedge against inflation is investment in yourself, your own personal knowledge, your own personal business, because they can't take that away from you. Now is the time to be investing in your own knowledge. How can you differentiate yourself? How can you make sure that you're doing what the big brands do and marketing yourself? And I'll tell you something, it is so much more affordable to do it locally, utilizing social media sites like Facebook and paying for advertising on those sites to get your stuff seen. Is this making sense to any of you? It's really hard to talk when I don't see any people. Okay, thank you, Shireen, because with all these no videos on, I'm like, oh, it's hard. Okay, thank you, Jesse.
Got it. Yes, we love.
So, and I'm saying this to you again, not to like pump my own self up, but to know that you can do it too. Like there is no reason why. And I believe that every single market that has a top producer, in most markets, the top producer is a top producer by default. They've always been a top producer. That was the top producer when I got in the business, right? It was Tara Chin, and she dominated the area. I came in, and within 12 months, I was kicking her ever-living butt because I was doing things so differently. So for those of you that are new in the business, for those of you that are freaked out because of what's happening, all you have to do is gain more market share. Well, how do you gain more market share when there's 3.5 million real estate agents that are both licensed and unlicensed in the United States? You do it by differentiating yourself. You do it by not doing what everybody else is doing. When people, when I would go on a listing appointment and people would say, would you do an open house? And I would say, I'll do it, but it's not the most efficient, effective way to expose your property. First of all, people that go to open houses are typically your neighbors, and they're looking leads that have not been qualified yet. So you have unqualified buyers going through your home. Yes, it's helpful to me because I get to meet all your neighbors, and your neighbors are going to love me, and I'll be able to meet them and market them in the future, but it's not what's best for you. Let me show you how I market homes. And I would show them, you know, the past 10 homes I had sold, and I would show them how many views Zillow got, and I'd show them how many views I got. And then I would show them how I was going to market their property to buyers and to qualified buyers. And they would be like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do an open house anyways. Right. But everyone else is saying, do an open house, do broker's tour. And I'd be like, broker's tour, that's really funny. You know what agents do when they do broker's tour? They're literally calling all of their friends and family saying, hey, can you please show up to broker's tour? I need to make sure there's cards here. So when the seller gets here, they know that this broker's tour worked. Like buyers know more about the property than the agent does, or even half the time more than the homeowner does, because they are little crap monkeys online searching for their home. I mean, I'm wondering, is this resonating with you as at all to understand what I'm saying? Yes. Sherry's like, I love doing open houses.
Anybody got any questions? Okay, maybe we can take a pause. Anybody got any questions up to this point for what Krista's talking about, what she's laid out right now so far? I mean, do you guys have any questions that you can shoot at her real quick, or things in your minds that you're thinking about? Go for it, Bo.
Yeah, if you can you describe all of the technologies you use, or at least the main ones that you use?
So the main one, I have a technology. It's called the Mashore method. So it's my own, like KV Core kind of on steroids that's got everything in one place. And the reason I have that is because I was teaching my students to do all this stuff, and they had to pay for ClickFunnels, and they had to pay for, you know, all this different software. And so I just built my own. But, you know, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be, you can make an awesome landing page, right? And so think about this. When you send traffic to a website, first of all, your website's only as good as the traffic that you drive there, but you don't know why people are going there. Are they going there to search properties? Are they going there to look at your reviews? Like, why are they there? When you drive traffic to a specific funnel, you know exactly why they're there. So you can curtail and target all of the content on that funnel to speak directly to that person, right? Let's just say you're teaching people how to repair credit. Then the whole thing is about credit repair. And all that it's doing is positioning you as the authority in that space. You know, I love the neighborhood community funnels because it just shows that I'm like the expert in the area. You know, so it's just a matter of being able to get traffic to the funnel, knowing who the people are, and knowing what they want. So the biggest way to do that is by identifying who your target audience is and identifying like what their problems are and how you can help solve them. It's like your job is to bridge the gap from where they're at to where they want to go. What's a huge problem right now that sellers are experiencing? Well, they're afraid to sell because in most places there's no inventory and they're not going to be able to find a replacement property. So when everyone is telling sellers it's a great time to sell, there's limited inventory and blah, 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 sellers are like, yeah, well, no, everyone knows that. Like houses in my area are flying off the shelf because there's no inventory still, right? But the seller's concern is like, if I sell, I'm not going to be able to find a place to live. So my messaging is speaking directly to that problem. And then when I'm driving them to a specific, and you could use this for anything, right? Like, for example, I noticed there was that one man that was on here that was, said he had the hero program, right? You could literally create a funnel that is a hero funnel that talks all about the program and educates people and, you know, has a very nice welcome video that says, hey, thank you so much for serving our country. Because of it, you know, we have this program that we've laid out and here's how it works. And with all this information on it, I mean, it's just a different way of doing things. And I know that we're not taught this we're not taught how to be a marketer in real estate, right? We're taught how many square feet there are in a mile. We're not taught how to market ourselves, and marketing and innovation is the backbone behind any business. And so marketing, I think, is a really important aspect, but also I will say, just like Chris said, you know, the mindset aspect of it is huge. Like, I have a student right now who has 34 pending transactions right now. Okay. Another student just posted, oh my gosh, I have the best month ever, $7.3 million in escrow closed in May, right? She's at the XP, brand small. Now, I'll tell you what, they're in the same market as everyone else, but their mindset and how they're going after things and what they're doing is different than the agent that says, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, now it's time to pull out. And here's the deal. When you think that the market is crashing and you're fearful and scary, you're not taking the same kind of action that you would be taking had you assumed and thought that things were going to work out. Yeah. Right? Tony Robbins calls it the success cycle. And he says, like, when you have a good mindset and you go after something and you take effective action, when you take effective action, you're going to have good results, right? But the problem is if you don't believe or your mindset's not right, you're not going to take effective, massive action. You're going to take little action because you don't really think it's going to work. So having your mindset, just like Chris had mentioned in the beginning, is such a huge, important role in you doing things right. And you know what I can do is and I'll get you a free link to this. You know, and you don't need to pay for this, but I've got a book that I wrote that has tons of marketing strategies in it, right? It's called Sell 100 Homes a Year. I can get Chris I'll get him the digital copy and the audio copy for free that you guys can take it and download it. If you follow this, like the social media, you guys are so cute. Thanks, Jesse. There's a lot of social media strategies in there that you could follow from A to Z. Even one as simple as doing video text messages, right? So every single day, if you did 10 video text messages, specifically pick up your phone, go through your contacts, find people on social media, see what they're doing, send them a personalized video text message that does not ask for business, that does not ask for referrals, that just says, hey, Chris, happy birthday. I saw it was your birthday today. I hope you're having a great day. I was thinking about you. You know, let me know if you need anything. Boom. You know how much business you'll have? I can guarantee you, we've tracked it just from video text messages. You will be able to, we've tracked an average of 24 deals in a year. Let's just cut that in half. If you did 12, would an additional deal a month from doing video text messages, would it help you? It absolutely would. And why does this work? Because you're staying top of mind. You're doing something different. You're not asking for business. You're adding value. You're helping people. You're just like being nice, right? That would just that something that small would absolutely make a huge difference in your business. But the problem is that most people won't stick to something long enough, right? They'll start it. They don't see the results right away, and so they stop. Doug, do you have a question? I saw Doug's hand.
Doug, yeah, go for it, Doug. You're muted, buddy.
No, I was saying I was good. I think I clapped or did something. I don't remember what I did now, but no question, no question. I do love what you're saying, though. My dumbass was doing it for a little while, and I don't know why I stopped. I don't even know when I stopped, but I did.
You know why? I can tell you why it stopped. Okay, so there's actually a study called the Change Your Die study, and in the Change Your Die study, people that were told they were going to die if they didn't change their behavior, like they said, you need to stop drinking, or you need to stop exercising, or stop drinking, alcohol. If you don't stop doing this, you're going to die. After a year, 9 out of 10 people could not make the change, even with death on the line.
Wow.
So it's very difficult to change. Now, people that had the coaching, the accountability, and the support, which you have here, you guys have the accountability here, you have the support here, right? You'd need to like lean in on that. People that had coaching, accountability, and support, 77% of them were willing to make the change. Also, the reason why we stop as individuals is because we are so used to immediate gratification. Like we want things and we want it now. And because of the way the world is, right? We got these dumb cell phones here that really have screwed us up. And so because of that immediate gratification, we stop too soon. And that's been the biggest. I have over 1,000 students that I'm coaching currently. And I will tell you the biggest mistake, and more people will fail than will succeed. And the reason being is because they are like 3 feet from gold, and they stop before they stop too soon. And you have to think like you're building a business. If you like you're building a business, most businesses are not profitable for several years. It takes so much money to get true businesses up and running. And the amount of money that you can make as an agent is insane. Like I know doctors and attorneys and dentists and lawyers that are making $120,000, $150,000 a year. I know so many that are like, they are not making money at all. There's so much potential in real estate. There is so much potential if you will invest in learning to be different and invest in how to market yourself. Remember, marketing and innovation is how you're going to get to be a top producer, right? That's how you're going to be able to beat a top producer. That's how, I kind of think I lost track of it, but when I was saying how most top producers are top producers by default. As soon as somebody comes around and they are different and they are innovative and they're unique and they make it impossible not to be known, they within 12 months, 18 months, and it's not even that long. I'm making it like, you can dominate an area. I've seen it happen time after time after time, but you've got to stick to it, right? And it's hard because, and you never know who's watching, but think about it. And NAR says it's around 9 to like 12, 15 months before that a time a seller or buyer thinks about selling or buying that they actually do. So as you're creating your content, as you're marketing to people that are going to be ready 9, 12 months from now. So it stands to reason that it'll take a little bit of time. But once it starts to sink, you're going to have a machine working for you. And you don't have to do it like everyone else, right? When you do open houses or you cold call or you door knock, the second you stop doing that, your business dries up. When you are a marketer, and you let your marketing work while you're not working, it's like you have you're winning before you arrive. Use while you snooze. It's you have a business that's working behind the scenes.
Varda, you had a question real quick.
Yes. So we are in the market of Hawaii. I live in Hawaii for 21 years, and I know that you from a different market. And I wanted to know, I'm asking if really have all these tips, because there is a different people here. There is a different atmosphere. It's different, and a little bit more conservative, I will say. And the bottom line, it's the competition that we have in a small island with all the agents and brokers and the companies that already start 20, 30 years ago. And, they're become famous already in this island that people just dive to them and ask for their business. So how we can make it better for ourselves in Hawaii and not in California, the mainland. It's completely different market, I know. Even when I start to do like to buy leads from, there is a big difference between the leads that you get to Hawaii to the leads that you get in the mainland. So yeah, this is basically my question. What is the really tips that you can give us for Hawaii? Like for
everything I just said. So can I be very frank with you? Is that okay, Vardit?
Sure.
Okay. I have an agent, and God, what is her name? She actually got on the news from this. She lived in Hawaii. I have 2 agents in Hawaii that have both crushed it. And one of them is with EXP. I'm dying, but I can't think of her name right now. But that's just that mindset is an excuse. I promise you, it's an excuse. It's the negative limiting belief in your head saying, "Don't do this; it won't work." Right? This strategy will work in any market. It's actually harder in a city like New York or Los Angeles because there's so many people in one area. It actually works better in an area like that. And especially because people have been doing the exact same thing for so long, right? Like, I'm not kidding you. I have 2 agents, and I'm so sorry I can't think of the name. One of them is in my program right now, when you're on the spot, that have absolutely crushed doing this. But they stuck to it. They didn't give up. It's all about differentiating yourself, right? If you're sitting there giving information and giving value and talking all about Hawaii and all the things there are to do and the types of homes, why does this community sell for less or more than this one? What should you be looking for when you're selling or buying? What should you be thinking out? No one else is doing it. No one else is doing that. So that's when you know it does work, right? And I say that with love and respect and absolute conviction, because I have seen person after person look for every single reason why not to do it, because it seems so different. And because it is so different, that's why it works. Yep. Right? I mean, that's exactly why it works. Yes. I
love it because the truth is, you're right. If we talk about some of the people that have been there doing this for years, right? They're not doing things that are different. They're not differentiating themselves. They're going based off their old past habits that have worked for decades for them. You come in and bring a new version of peanut butter and jelly, let's just on steroids, and it's going to shake up that environment, and it's going to get attention and notoriety because you're different. You stand out. And that's what's going to separate you 100%. And that could be in the middle of freaking Alaska, and it would probably work the same. The mooses and the geese or whatever would notice you differently than the normal people that are there. It's just, you got to separate that.
You know what I'll do? First of all, every month I do a virtual, it's a 3-day event. Now I know it seems like a lot, but I would say if you're going to learn from somebody who's, done $50 million literally in 5 years online of contracted sales coming in, not like $50 million we've sold from funnels. Okay. I do a 3-day event. I'll give Chris a free link for. It's June 19th, 20th, and 21st. I would say to have a watch party, send it to people in your organization. It's free. We literally go from A to Z on exactly like how to create video, what strategy behind it, the type of video you should create, how to create funnels. Like it's very, very elaborate. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews just from that training that say like it's out of this world. So I'll get Chris a free day event, a ticket from that. I hate doing things for free, and here's why: because when people think free, they don't take it serious. Yes. Take it serious, show up to it. I guarantee you will learn more about digital marketing and how to differentiate yourself than any other training that you'll ever take. So I'll get that to Chris along with a copy of my Sell 100 Homes digital book and the audio book, so you can start listening to it beforehand and show up. Like I promise you'll learn a ton. You'll be very thankful. Invite people in your organization, tell them to come. I'm going to be, it'll be very, very helpful. I'm so passionate about this because this strategy is what literally helped me always just dominate, and no one else was willing to do it. Like people weren't willing to just think differently because we've been taught for so long. But the reason why we were taught to do open houses and to cold call and to door knock is because back then they didn't have this thing called the social media and the internet and video. It didn't exist. So all these other professions have adapted. Real estate's typically usually one of the last ones. So what I will say is that if you can Innovation and technology is the backbone behind any business. Marketing yourself in an innovative manner. If you can do that and stick to it and go through like the hardness of learning it, hard now or hard forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hard now, hard forever. It's one of the two. Invest now or pay for it. Like you're going to be paying for it forever, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think Kinder Reese talks about that a lot, about right now, the best marketer wins the game. It's about the best marketer. It's not anything else. It's the best marketer. And
100%.
And so, it's interesting. I like you a couple of things. I just want to make something a little bit more digestible for people here. So let's say, again, that 3-day program, by the way, you guys, I just know firsthand, people spend thousands of dollars to go hear Krista speak. Just putting that out there into perspective. So if you get a chance for us to do this free thing for 3 days, you better camp out, get a sleeping bag, and make it happen. I
have somebody writing me a check on Friday for $200,000. So just to let you know, I'm legit. It's the best free training you'll ever take.
Insane. So we'll definitely be doing that. But secondly, you mentioned one thing. Okay, so you can start off right now by getting a phone and doing video texting. That's something simple. It's free. Doesn't cost any money. It just takes your time. What other option that you can do right now that maybe is like you can start tomorrow, maybe digest it, put it in your business, and just start something different tomorrow? Maybe besides the video texting, what else can we do right now that maybe cost-effective wise?
Okay.
And they can manage.
What I would do is this. I would pick a neighborhood, okay? And I would start creating, and all you need is your cell phone. So everybody has a cell phone, right? We all have a cell phone. So we have a cell phone. We could just, and a lot of research shows sometimes that video content that's not all edited actually outperforms edited content. So I would start taking my video and my phone, and I would start on a pick one neighborhood and become the expert in that neighborhood. Start creating video content about that neighborhood. Talk about like the schools in the area, what's nearby, as many videos as you can. Store those videos, go onto YouTube, create a playlist on YouTube about that community. YouTube is owned by Google. So when people go to search on Google, YouTube videos will show up. Okay. In fact, Google is pushing video more than anything else right now. They actually had a new initiative in January where they're like pushing video content. So start creating video content. It doesn't cost you anything. And like, think about what are the styles of homes in the neighborhood? What are the price points of homes in the neighborhood? Why are the price points different? What are the school scores in the neighborhood? What are there things to do in the neighborhood? What should a buyer or seller be thinking about? Like, I'll give you an example. I have a funnel that I created for this city in Discovery Bay, and I do this video, and it talks all about like exposure, and the exposure of the backyard absolutely affects the purchase price. The distance from where your home is to how long it takes to get to fast water affects your purchase price. If you don't live in the area, you don't know that, but people that live in the area do, right? I did a video on the marina. I did it like there's boat storage there. I talked about like all the different activities you can do in Discovery Bay. I did this about 3 years ago because I was trying to teach this to my students, and I had showed them, listen, guys, I pulled up the MLS and I said, I haven't sold one home in Discovery Bay in 12 months because I lived in Brentwood. So I did this strategy, and within 4 months, I had 5 closed transactions from doing this. So I wanted to prove to them like it works, but you have to actually do it. And that's like the hardest thing. And a lot of us get in our heads because we're afraid of what we look like on video. We're afraid of what people are going to think about us. We say things like, oh, my area is different in Hawaii, right? It's like we have all these things. And so we let our fear get in the way. And remember, mindset's more important than skill set. Like if you can just get past that fear, right? And I know I've been there. Like I started doing video when nobody was doing it. And people were like, you're weird. Why are you doing this video? Blah, blah, blah. I will tell you that I cannot go anywhere in my city. I mean, anywhere. I was just out the other night and like 4 people like, are you the real estate lady? I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I coach now, right? It's been 5 years. I'm still doing video in the area because my brother is still practicing. But it's like everywhere I go, they're like, aren't you the real estate lady? Oh my gosh, the market, this and that. And they just start talking to me like we are best friends. I mean, even think about this right now, okay? Whether you guys know me before or not, it doesn't make a difference. But I've been on this call now for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes, yeah.
You feel like you know me a little bit better now than you did 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right. And it's basically like you're watching a video. I mean, I know that I'm live, but I could be doing this exact same thing, interacting with you through a video, and it'd be the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're like, hey, she wrote a book. I might go read the book. Oh, she's like, I'm educating you. I'm helping you. I'm serving, not selling. I'm just adding value. Because of that value and the fact that I'm here, Some of you are going to go follow me on social media channels, and I can almost guarantee that one or two of you will end up coaching with me. Okay. I'm basically showing you exactly what I did in real estate to to sell 100 and, on average 35 homes a year, right? I was an educator. I added value. I marketed myself, and I made sure that once I got their hand raised and they said, yes, let's meet. I made it impossible for someone else to beat me. You can do the exact same, but you have to start.
I love it.
We follow you all over the internet, I unstoppable. Every feed I see you.
Yes, exactly. So let me explain something to you, Vardit. So that's nationwide. Okay. So you're seeing me nationwide. I'm a digital I know how to market myself. You're seeing me nationally. Now imagine if you did that just in your local area. Imagine if every time somebody went on social media, they saw you. Imagine if people were consuming hundreds of hours of your content, engaging, liking. Do you think that would give you more of a competitive advantage?
Definitely.
Yes. So if I'm doing it nationally and you're saying you see me everywhere, imagine what it's like doing it locally. First of all, it's pennies to the dollar of what I'm paying, right? Pennies to the dollar, and it happens much more quickly. Right now, when most of you are consuming content, you're producing content, no one's really seeing it. The way these algorithms are working is it's only putting your content in front of people that are engaging and liking and sharing. However, if you pay, you need to pay for the marketing, for the exposure. Oh my God, in 12 months, you have a whole different business. So now is when you invest, you fertilize the lawn, you water the lawn, you are building a foundation, because the market will switch. And let's make sure that you're still there when other people are leaving.
Yeah, thank you.
Bo, you just made a comment there about he's trying to get creative, right? And Krista, as you're laying all this out, people are getting creative ideas on how they actually could intertwine this now, whereas before they probably thought about limitations. Bo's do a second workout now, park in a neighborhood and start doing videos, which is important.
Yeah.
Super simple. I love it, Bo. Good job.
Ask yourself this question, everybody, okay? Instead of asking why it won't work, and this is why most people are not wealthy, is they look for all the reasons why it won't work instead of the reasons why it could, right? Like think about not what if it doesn't, what if it does? Yeah. I'm always like, when I see Brent Gove, I say, if Brent can do it, I can do it. If Brent can do $1 million a month residual, so can I. I don't look at it like, well, God, I haven't been doing it. Nope. I'm like, if he can do it, so could I. And train your brain. I wrote the book. Yeah. Train your brain to unleash your limitless life.
I love it.
Train your brain to work for you and not against you. And if you can get that right, you can train your brain to start working for you instead of against you, because research shows that the neurotransmitters in our brain, they don't know the difference between what we're thinking and actually doing. So if you're thinking it won't, it can't, I'm tired, your brain goes, you're right. Or if you say, I can, how can I? I'm a producer, I'm the best person to be dominating my area. People are going to watch my videos. They're going to love me. They're going to list with me. You'll get that, especially if you do it over time.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
No, it's awesome. That's great. It's huge. We got 2 minutes left. Krista, it's been amazing. Oh my God, tons of value packed in here for us today, and opportunity, by the way, too. The 3-day program, definitely, you guys been marked on the calendar. It's going to be worth every second of it. Anybody got any questions or something you want to add real fast? We got a couple seconds left here. Go for it. If you want to say something.
Thank you. Mahalo.
You're welcome. Yay, mahalo. Another person from Hawaii.
What did you say, Bo?
Did you say the dates of that 3 days so I can block it out?
Yeah, let me do this. Let me see. What I'll do is I'm going to get you, it's the 19th, 20th, and 21st of June, and it's from 8 to 2:30 Pacific. So here's the good news about that time. If you're Eastern, you can have your morning to get your work done. If you're Pacific, you can do it towards the end of the day. That's what we did that way. And Chris, if you can just email me really quickly, I'll have my team send you the free link.
All right.
And everything I promised you guys.
Totally. I'll get Brody. He's your guy, right? I'll send the email to Brody.
Yeah. And then share it with people in your organization. Show up, do a watch party, hold each other accountable, help each other. I mean, especially if you're trying to grow your organization, the more you can get agents to produce, the happier they're going to be. And the thing is that this same strategy works for agent attraction. It 1000% works for agent attraction, because when other agents see you doing things that are so different, they want to be a part of it.
Yeah. 100%. It's a great attraction piece.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything further for her? We got a minute left.
I just wanted to thank Krista so much. You know, Alyssa has been staying with me, Brent's daughter, and she was talking about how amazing you are. I just wanted to tell you that. Today was phenomenal. And Varda, I just want to say, you know, I've worked California market and I've worked Hawaii market. People are the same everywhere. I mean, honestly, they really are. They create the same habits. Or bad habits, I should say, as well. So, I mean, honestly, you can shine as bright as you want to shine, Varda. In fact, even brighter, you can do that. And the smaller the town, the brighter you can shine. And I just want you to wrap your head around that and call me if you need any strength on that thought. And Krista, thank you so much. My gosh, you are amazing. I've only heard about you so much, so this was really exciting. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I love you. I love helping people, so it's fun, you know. So I'm a people lover.
And the beautiful part about this, you guys realize too, what's amazing about EXP is we all have this ability to connect with people like Krista. I mean, shareholders, EXP convention, Build. Are you going to Build, Krista? Are you
Yeah,
Build?
I'm speaking at Build.
Okay, so if you're going to Build, which it should be July 10th through 12th.
Yes, go.
Grab her, have lunch, get a coffee. She will sit with you.
I would love to.
So this is what's beautiful about this. It's like you share yourself, and yeah, nationally, Varda, you're right. You see her everywhere. But to say, hey, I actually had coffee with Krista. She sat down and gave me 2 nuggets. Yeah, that's powerful.
It's just a person. But you know what happens when you do that with this marketing like this? People in your own area start to think, are you Vardit? Is it really you, Vardit, I'm talking to? Oh my God. And they get like, you're like a little local celebrity. It's just you're running ads, you're running content, you're paying for attention. It's nothing else other than that. But it gets kind of weird, you know?
I love it. Well, thank you again, Krista. I know you're always
Appreciate
Thank you
for all you do.
You're welcome. Go implement.
I love it. Everybody, I love you guys every week. Hope this was powerful and valuable to you guys. Don't forget.
Thank you, Chris.
EXP Explain on Thursday.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Love you all and appreciate you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Next week. Have an amazing day. Go crush it.